down where the Spanish moss grows low.
Howdy y'all, and welcome to Outdoorsy Mom. Today we're going to be canning up some beef that I got on sale at Sam's. It was $20 off the whole thing. I already washed it off, it's already clean. All I have to do is can it up now. I am using the Presto electric canner. I've already sterilized my jars. Half of this I'm going to turn into like a beef stew. The rest of it, I'm just going to can it up, that way it doesn't go bad, just in case the refrigerator goes out or for whatever reason, it doesn't get gross and mildewy. So, I've already prepared quite a bit of the stuff. I've already boiled my lids. All I have to do is get everything else going. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get to it. Now, make sure before you start anything, you wash your hands. Wash your hands. Where I can reach it. Probably should have already did this. Alright, I'm going to turn on my pressure cooker. And because where I'm at, my seed level is under 1,000. If you're over 1,000, you add 5 minutes to it. It's pretty simple. Just look onto the Ball website or the...
Hi y'all, it's editing me. I'm just going to go ahead and stick this here.
The canning website, or there's plenty of books on it on how to do this. My certain areas, like I'm at 750 sea level, above sea level, so I don't have to add 5 minutes. So this is going to be pressure canned for 90 minutes at my level. And my hands are clean, so I'm just going to put my hands in it. If you have a problem with that, I am so sorry. I don't care. Now, because some of these I am doing as a beef stew, I'm not filling it all the way up, I'm just filling it partially up. And then I'm going to fill the rest of it full of vegetables and then beef stock. And I don't have actual beef stock on me, so I'm going to use a tablespoon of this and some hot water, or a half a tablespoon of this and some hot water. You'll see. Super easy. It's not as scary as people seem to make it seem to be. It's pretty simple. Especially once you do it a couple times, it kind of takes the scary out of it, and then you kind of get more confident in your abilities. And then you're canning everything, which is fun. It's good. Nothing goes to waste. So I'm only going to fill that up about halfway. I'm going to move on to the next jar. Now I did prepare quite a few jars because I'm not going to just do this. I'm also going to be canning up some chicken. I might actually do it in this video as well. I think I'm only going to do 4 jars of the stew, and the rest is just going to be meats, I think. And maybe some onion. We'll see. I like onions, so I'm going to put more onions in it, I think. Oh no, my glass broke. Make sure to inspect your jars before you use them, because you don't want this to turn into ruined food. Look at that. Look at that crack right there. That is not fun. That could have been a really sad day. That would have made me very mad and very discouraged. So make sure to inspect your jars, because you don't want this to happen. Put that in the recycle bin, because glass is recyclable more than once. I'll wash my hands with soap. All right. Shoop. And I'm just gonna push that down in there where there's not a whole lot of space. It's gonna make no sense here in a little bit whenever I go to push all the bubbles out, but it is what it is. I think I'm gonna do 5 jars. And since my trash can is hands-free, All I have to do is press the button, good to go. All right, so now we have all these. I have 7 jars total. I've got some diced up potatoes that I have sitting in some water where they stay nice and crisp. I have onions chopped up. I have celery and I have celery, and then I have broccoli and cauliflower ready to go, and my seasonings. I'm gonna wait to do the seasonings until the very, very end because I'm gonna have to wash my hands again because it's contaminated. So let's go ahead and get her going. And this is totally optional. It depends on if you like onions or not. I like onions, so I put a bunch in there. And I know this video is a little different than the other ones. I just have a hard time finding time to do the voiceover. I'll do the editing, but the voiceover takes the most time. Mostly because I second guess myself, so I'm not very confident in my talking skills, I guess. All right, now we're doing potatoes. I'm only shoving a couple in there because I only chopped up 2 potatoes, skinned them, and got them in water where they're nice and soaked. Get most of that starch off. So we're getting chopped small enough, it seems. There we go. Shoot. You can put tomatoes in here if you want tomatoes in here. This is purely the way that I'm going to make this for me. I'll probably add other things to it later, like rice or beans. This is just a simple base recipe for me. But if you do beans, make sure you soak them overnight. I did have a kerfuffle with some of the beans where it didn't do right, and they almost exploded. It cracked, and it cracked the seal on the lids, and it just made the whole pantry stink. So I had to bust them all open, clean them out, and then just start over, which is never fun, especially when you spend all that time. Hands are washed. Wish I had 2 spoons, or I don't have to open that up. All right. I'm doing a whole lot of celery because I'm not the biggest celery fan, and I hadn't planned on doing so many, but that's fine. Some of it will have celery, some of it won't. That's cool. Broccoli and cauliflower. And again, it depends on your taste. If you want more, put more in it. It's fine. You do you. It's cool. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to do the chicken video next, but I'll do that in a different video. So you'll just see the beef on this one. And maybe I'll be able to get it out the same day. We'll see. All right, got that in there. I'm going to grab my hot water that I have boiling in my tea kettle. I'll be right back. Alright, and again, hands are still clean, but I am going to open this up. Maybe. I should have already opened this. I didn't even think about it. Alright, maybe not quite a tablespoon. We're going to do about that much of this beef broth mix that I have. It's got a little bit of a tomato base into it. I like the way it tastes. I think it does great. And this is just whatever steak seasoning or whatever you want to mix in this. This is completely optional stage at this point. The only thing that's not optional is wiping your rings. I like to use vinegar. Some people just use water. I use vinegar to kind of kill the bacteria that's on the rims of the glass itself, and it kind of helps create a good seal. And garlic, we are garlic fiends. This is the house blend that I've made from our homegrown peppers. I mix it up with some garlic granules, sometimes with some powdered onions. It just depends. And the only sodium that I have in here is from the beef broth. I'm not adding extra sodium because I already have issues with that. Now, if you're worried about using too much, you can measure it out. It's totally up to you. I'm going to use some Italian seasoning. Yes, it's an expensive brand because it's Kroger. We don't do expensive in this house. Just a little bit, or depending on your taste, it doesn't matter. It's cool. All right, so the fun part, not the scary part, we're gonna use some hot water. Hey Aiden, can you grab me the vinegar out of the cleaning room? Aiden, you're not in there. What's that? And we're just gonna fill it up till it's about a 1-inch head space, which is to this first rim right here. And then we're going to debubble it and check and see if we need to add more water. But this creates our little beef broth with what we added to it. I like using the powder stuff. You can use the canned stuff. I just don't have any on hand at the moment. So I am using what I got. I just don't want this meat to go to waste. All right, I'll be right back. I gotta grab the vinegar and I need to grab a paper towel. The vinegar that I am using is white distilled vinegar. It's about 5% acidity. Probably need to put the lid on this before I get too jazzed. Get my rings ready. My rings. All right, I'm going to debubble them. Whenever you debubble them, you're going to want to use a non-reactive piece of equipment. It could be a piece of bamboo like this. Yes, I realize that you could have bacteria on it, but you're going to put this in a pressure canner and it's going to go above the 220 point where you don't have to worry about botulism, so it's going to be fine. Just trust the process. It will be okay. Take a deep breath, let it loose, and it's okay. All right, so we're just going to debubble it by pushing on the sides, you see. Make sure that there's no air trapped inside because that's where you have your gross bacteria that's going to grow later. And then make sure everything stays back down. That piece of broccoli that wants to come out, I don't want it out. But you're going to do this to all your jars. I have 7 total, which will fit into this Presto. So that's good timing. Not timing, I guess a good amount. Ding ding. Oh, one thing that I do want to add is some pepper. Almost forgot. And this is just the coarse black pepper. Members Mark, again, super expensive, straight from Sam's. But this is what I like. I'm gonna use a clean spoon and then measure out how much I want in there, which isn't a whole lot because I don't want it to get between the rings and not create a proper seal. Has happened before with the potatoes. I was mad. All right, good to go. Now I can continue debubbling. And if you don't get all the bubbles out, don't worry too much. It's going in the pressure cooker. You just want to get the vast majority of them out. And push and push and push. And you're going to find that you did get most of it out anyway, so it's cool. And you'll also notice that on some of them, it's like once you push the bubbles out, that the liquid level kind of decreases a bit. You're going to add a little bit more hot water to that. That way it stays at the 1-inch headspace. Seems like I'm going to have to add water to almost all of these. And try not to touch your rim too much because these are sanitized. We don't want to get them grody. And by doing that, you either water bath your jars or you can also stick them in the oven as long as it's hot enough and leave it in there for a while and let them cook. And then pull them out very gently and you are good to go. They're sanitized. All right. I think that's all the bubbles I'm going to get out of that. All right. If you're confused on how much 1 inch is, you can always get the tool that they have for this. I've just been doing this long enough that I know that it's at that first rim right here. That's 1 inch. All right, my lids are hot, so I'm going to use my magnet to get it out without touching it. Oop. Almost forgot. Gotta wipe off the lids. Keep me honest. All right. All right, so vinegar on your rag. You're gonna wipe the lids. Wipe, set aside. Wipe, set aside. And then while these are in the pressure cooker cooking, I am going to be cleaning up my space and then get ready for the next video. But I will walk you through the rest of this one. So. And just make sure you wipe the whole rim. I know it seems kind of tedious, but you'll thank yourself later. All right. Without touching the rubber gasket, you're going to gently set your lid down on top of your jar. And I'm going to do this to all of them. Maybe if I can get it separated. Got water stuck in that one, that's all. And remember, do not touch that gasket. No fingers touching that gasket. And I know some people have issues with like a hard water ring in their pressure cookers whenever they do this. That can be avoided by putting a little bit of vinegar into your pot, and then you won't have that ring. All right, make sure that's centered. And we're just going to loosely, maybe if I can get it on there right, loosely, fingertip tight. Don't just wrench it on there, that's bad. Fingertip tight. Set it in your pressure cooker. And again, fingertip tight, not wrist tight, because you'll have buckling. Buckling's not good. I have to remind myself sometimes because I'm so used to doing jams, and that you can do wrist tight. But these, just fingertip tight because you don't want them to buckle up because they'll start causing pitting in the lid, which can spoil your food. And it'd be a waste to do all this work for nothing. And then you waste food, which is even worse. Fingertip tight, hot. Fingertip tight, hot. Kind of unsure on that one. Fingertip tight, fingertip hot. I'm going to add a little bit of vinegar to it because I did not do that earlier. It has about 2 inches of water in the canister itself. And you don't have to add a whole lot of vinegar, just a little bit. A little splash will do ya. All right. Lid on, and I have it set for 90 minutes again because of my climate. I'm going to twist the top, close it up, and we are good to go. All right, now we wait. Just to show y'all that this is at the 90-minute finally. And whenever it gets to the 90-minute on this particular one, this little valve right here will pop up. 5, maybe. Eventually it'll pop up, but we're gonna watch it and make sure that it does. This little steam right here is normal. Up, there it goes. Valve is up. This is in the closed position. We don't mess with this until it's time for everything to come out. But yeah, 90 minutes for me, and then all those beef stews will be ready. righty then. It is all done with that. So now that the valve is down, I am going to go ahead and remove the lid. Doesn't look like we had any breakage. So I'm going to very carefully take these out and place them on my paper towel that I have right next to my pressure cooker. And you'll notice that some of these, didn't quite have the amount of water that I originally put in there. And that is totally fine as long as it has 25% of the liquid that I put in there. We are good to go. Doesn't look like we've had any breakage. Alright. Alright. So this is the one that did not have all the liquid that I put in there. But that is still totally fine. I put it in there with fingertip tight. But it still has 25% of the liquid and everything is still under the water. So we are good to go. And I'm going to clean this out, wait for these to pop, and then we'll be able to label them and then put them on the shelf where they belong. So if you like the video, please hit the like, subscribe, share the video. It helps out a whole lot, and I hope to see y'all again next time. Bye.
Black water rising up to my knees. No mercy found beneath these cypress trees. Keep your eyes open, don't make a sound. In the deep dark swamp you're easily drowned. Run.